What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the YSN Power Hour, brought to you by our friends up at Toyota of Warren. DJ Yoakley with you. Appreciate you being with us here today, and we got a great show for you. Bob Camardo is going to join the show in an interview that was awesome, previously taped earlier this afternoon, and it was great for Bob and to talk about the Curbstone coaches, something that we're all interested in. Maybe we don't know a whole lot about, but here at YSN, we're here to change that. We're here to get you excited, get you a little bit more familiar with the Curbstone coaches, as they're going to have a slew of people coming up. A lot of YSU heavy, as I can kind of give you that foresight. But all of it starts next Monday, so we're excited for that. I apologize for being a little late to the party here. I will be picking up the youngster here every day from school. So he's actually in the studio right now. He can't make his appearance. No, can't do it yet. So we're excited. He's excited. He's got the headphones on, listening to Dad, and we're going to get to the Bob Camardo interview, and then we're going to try to get some of talk about some stuff that happened today, some sad news out of the YSN world and the baseball world that we'll bring to your attention here, and we'll try to pay some homage to a guy that meant a whole lot to a whole lot of people. So first, we'll go to the Curbstone coaches interview, and then we will talk about that when we get back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you here, all brought to you by our friends over at Toyota of Warren. A new segment on the show, and we're excited to invite Mr. Bob Camardo with us each month to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Curbstone coaches. I've learned about it a long time ago. Just kind of, understanding it has been the struggle, and that's why we're here to clear things up. They're looking for new generation, new talent, and new opportunities. And that's why they are partnering up with us here at YSN to talk about not only his journey to and through Curbstone coaches, but the Curbstone coaches in general. Mr. Bob Camardo. Bob, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me, DJ. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Again, looking forward to this once a month, coming down to this beautiful facility in athletics and talking about not only the future, the present, but certainly the past of area athletes, coaches, and communities, and the people that influenced them. Let's start here. Let's introduce you and kind of how you came to be part of Curbstone coaches and why that is.
Well, first of all, I want to say that the Curbstone coaches, you don't have to have been a coach to be a member or participate. There's some people out there think that that's the case. Now, I was a former coach back in the day, but you don't have to have been. But I'm a retired. I used to teach back in the '80s, and then I became a child support hearing officer in Trumbull County, and I retired. And some friends of mine were in the organization. They asked me to join, and at first I got other stuff to do, but I joined, and here I am as president now. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a great organization.
Now, we were talking off camera. 1958 is when this thing started. So talk to me about the origination of this from a standpoint of why, and essentially why it started and how it's maintained over the last 65 years.
Well, it started with some local media people wanting to get together and just talk sports once a week during the season. And they, from what I understand, they named it Curbstone Coaches because suppose you stood on the curbstone waiting for a bus or whatever, and you were talking sports. Today, we call it a water cooler, but back then it was Curbstone. And like you said, started in 1958, and it's been going strong. There was a brief period, probably about 15 years ago, where it was on life support because what happened was some of the older people kind of died off, and they weren't getting new people, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because we want to attract some newer people to come to the organization.
No, I love it. And what you stand for, if you've never been to their banquet, their Hall of Fame, oh my gosh, that place was jamming. And the names, the people in there were incredible. You guys really are a kind of a source for past, present, and history, or I'm sorry, future, because we wanted it to be the future, obviously, present, and then certainly the history, the historical aspect that Coaches Corner or Coaches. Curbstone Coaches, see, I knew it was going to happen. Curbstone Coaches that brings to not only the valley, but the area, the region, the state, the country is something to me that's very special. And so let's talk. I mean, you already said you don't have to be a coach to be involved.
No.
That's the number one thing that people have been asking.
And you don't have to be a male either. We love to have female
even better.
members. Exactly.
Even better. So in order to become a member, what does that entail? What is the cost? Things of that nature.
Our annual fee is $25 a year to be in the. So we have a lot of people that work on Mondays and can't come to our luncheon. So but they belong anyway. And we have a website, thecurbstonecoaches.org. If anyone's interested in joining, there's a form there to fill out and further information. But we meet every Monday from the Monday after Labor Day through May for a luncheon. And we have speakers. I think later on we'll go over who's coming.
Yep.
But it's usually attended by 45 to 50 people a week. And we understand that there's people that work and can't come, but if you can get away, that's great. And then our one fundraiser we have every year is, as you mentioned, the Hall of Fame banquet, which is the first Sunday of every May. And we really had a buffo banquet this past year. I mean, we had close to 500 people there, and it was a lot of fun. And our guest speaker was Hanford Dixon, former Cleveland Brown dog pound founder and all-pro defensive back. And we had a lot of fun. It was a great event.
It was a great event. I just remember thinking there were moments during that banquet I was thinking, wow. I mean, Doug Phillips is sitting behind me. You've got Jim Tressel a couple tables over. You've got, I mean, it's the who of especially and pulled off two facts. So some of the names. We were talking about some of the names that you've had and been inducted and things of that nature. Who are some of those names that, for people who are learning about Curbstone Coaches for the first time, would be impressed to hear and know?
Well, our banquet started in 1958 when we started, and we missed a couple years there because of COVID. But in the past, and this is obviously before I was involved, but they've had the guest speaker for the banquet be some of the who's who of who was important at that time. For example, some of the old timers will remember Leo DeRocher, Joe Garagiola, Mel Allen, the voice of the New York Yankees, Billy Martin, former Yankee manager, Chuck Painter,
Pirates
and White Sox manager, Digger Phelps, Gale Sayers was a speaker the one year, Tommy Lasorda. Now we've gotten away from a little bit from having the those guys cost too much money. So we've had some people like Ed Moransky, Paul McFadden, John Hirschbeck, Randy Gradishar, Hanford Dixon, as I mentioned last year, and the speaker coming up next May. When you name, you don't necessarily say, "Oh, who's that?" But you've seen him a million times on TV. It's Gene Steratore, who is the rules analyst for CBS for both the NFL and the basketball, NCAA basketball tournament. And he's a big guy. He's been pearls, all that stuff, and he's looking forward to coming in May of next year.
Is he bringing Nance with him so we can talk about hello, friends?
Yeah. No, that would cost too much money.
Let's go over to Gene Steratore to get a ruling on it. Yeah, I love it. I think that's phenomenal. I think that'll be a great. It's always a great time, but I think the educational value that you guys bring to those and the stories, I think, are the most impressive part of all of it. So, okay. So you mentioned it's what, $25 to be a member. Do you have to be a member to nominate somebody for the Hall of Fame?
Yes. Okay. You do have to be a member to nominate someone, and the answer to the question usually is because nobody has nominated them. We don't just grab people willy-nilly. Someone has to nominate them, and most of the time it's obviously someone that's very qualified to be in the Hall of Fame. But that's how we go about it.
I love it, and there's a lot of people, at least to my feeling, that can still be nominated, that would be
Absolutely.
first ballot Hall of Famers.
Absolutely.
This area is just ripe for the picking when it comes to that stuff. All right, so let's talk about the understanding of the curbstone coaches. So, who are some of the speakers during your luncheons that happen every week, correct?
Every week from the Monday after Labor Day, so this coming Monday will be our first one. And usually our first couple months is YSU heavy.
Yep.
We've got, I just finished the first 2 months yesterday. Ron Strollo's coming September 11th, YSU Athletic Director. On the 18th, Doug Phillips, YSU football coach.
After that Ohio State victory, that's good.
I hope so. And he'll bring a couple players with him. Any head coach that we have from YSU usually brings a couple players with them,
Fantastic.
which is usually a very good thing. On the September, we're honoring YSU's women's tennis Horizon League championship from this past year. On October 2nd, we've got the YSU soccer coach, Brian Schrum. On October 9th, we've got the YSU volleyball coach, Aline A. Scott. On the 16th, we've got WFMJ sports director, Dana Balish. On October 23rd, John Barnes, the head women's basketball coach at YSU. On October 30th, Jared Calhoun, the head men's basketball coach at YSU. And then on November 6th, Bob Hannon, who is the United Way president and the voice of the football Penguins. So there's a lot of important and good people coming the first couple months of the year.
I mean, for you, is it tough to get people that want to talk about and like what do they? I mean, I've done it, so I you just let anybody in there, obviously, if I've done it. But is it tough to get people to talk and because it's a weird time, and I think that's the one thing that you guys battle. And we've talked about is getting people to that luncheon every week because it's a luncheon. It's what, at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
12 o'clock every Monday at Avion on the Water on Western Reserve Road. I'm like, good BS. There's a lot of people and you get that puppy dog look, hey, come and talk to us, and most of them do. And Ron Strollo and the YSU people have been great about getting the head coaches there, and it's good advertisement for them too, And like I said, a couple players with them, and it's really a fun luncheon. It's good food, and it's a buffet lunch. People come and enjoy, listen to the speakers. We always have a Q&A session at the end. And you were one of our better speakers last year.
Oh, stop it! Yeah, you were a good BSer. From a standpoint of when you're talking about can members come or can non-members come rather?
Absolutely. You do not have to be a member to come to the luncheon at all.
Okay.
You don't. There's a $15 charge for the lunch itself, but you don't have to be a member, although we would like for you to join.
Sure.
And again, you don't have to, if you're not able to come to everything, doesn't mean you can't be a member. So we're looking for as many people as we can to come out and join us.
$15, you get to go in, have a good lunch, listen to some good stories, like fantastic stories. I love story time. Ask questions. You can do all of that stuff and probably shake some hands, kiss some babies, all that stuff.
And like I said, the athletes come too, and our members love to ask them questions like, what do you study and why'd you come to YSU? That sort of thing. So it's that works out pretty well.
I love it. I think this is going to be a great segment. Being able to help people understand curbstone coaches a lot better. Taking it into the new. I know this is new territory for everybody there.
Sure.
Taking it into the streaming world, but I think this is going to work out well for everybody, and hopefully we get you some more members, and you can do your thing and do your puppy dog eyes or whatever you do over there and bat your eyes. And Bob, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Looking forward to all of this. And naturally, if you need more information, we can go to the website, thecurbstonecoaches.org, correct?
That is correct.
Any final thoughts?
Well, again, we start next Monday with Ron Strollo, and we'd love to have people come out and join us. And it's a good time, and it's you get to meet some people and talk sports with people that you might not normally do so with.
And he get to hang out with you.
That's the best part.
That is the best.
Don't tell my wife that.
That's worth $15 in itself. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We'll see you next month with a new list of who's coming in October as well. So excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it. So big thanks to Bob Camardo, and a lot to unpack there. And naturally, from a standpoint of it starts with Ron Strollo. next week, next Monday. So make sure you get out there. $15 gets you a great lunch. Great lunch. And if you need more information, you can go to thecurbstonecoaches.org. I'm sure they'll have a list up of all the coaches and speakers and everything going on here moving forward. So this is going to be, and again, I know we got a late start, but this is going to be an abbreviated um, power hour for a couple reasons. Naturally, first day of school for the youngster. So I learned the parking situation and the pickup lane situation real quick when I was not in the right lane. So I had to go all the way to the back of the line, and I was a little late picking up the little guy. So, but I will say this: there is there's a real tough situation that occurred. Um, real tough situation that occurred, and it's going to be tough to get through for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons because this individual was a lot of things. He wore a lot of hats, figuratively and literally. Um, Don Pletcher, the legendary baseball coach of Class B with the Baird brothers with Astro Falcons. We learned of his passing away earlier today. And I can tell you, as someone who was a fan of Pletch, I considered him a great acquaintance, a friend even, that he changed so many lives here in this area, and made so many lives better by being in it, mine included. I know he was a huge influence on guys like Steve Leslie and Bob Beam, Scott Rourke. When you're talking about Kate Kelly, Billy McCartney, you're talking about people that influenced their lives forever. And another one that's gone too soon, way too soon. You're talking about a guy that not only helped individuals get to the next level in college, but a guy that kept up with them the entire time. He wasn't there to just check the box. He was there to check on you at every turn in your life, whether it be from, you know, going from moderate average high school player, giving them a little bit of confidence, playing for championships across the board. You're talking about, you know, you're talking about a guy, Terribly, championship after championship. To my knowledge, season since 2016, if my math is correct. 2021, 2023, Palomino World Champions, NABF World Series Champions, 2014, 2018, season champs in Youngstown Class B, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and of course, here in 2023. So when you think about Don Pletcher, the thing that I want people to realize when you think about a guy like Don Pletcher, when you think about a lot of these coaches that are volunteering their time and services, they're not a lot of times doing it for them. They're doing it for the future of the game in Youngstown and the surrounding areas. They're doing it for these student athletes, these athletes in summer ball. They're doing it for a lot of different reasons. And what I can tell you is Don Pletcher was an incredible individual. Incredible, but he was an even better person. Great father. His daughter Alyssa worked here, interned here at YSN a few years back, and lovely wife, lovely young men that he's raised, and he did it with class every step of the way. I know that there's a lot of people that are hurting today because the world is a little bit darker without a guy like Don Pletcher. Pletch, we love you, we appreciate you, and certainly we're going to miss you, man. We're going to miss you. It's going to be felt all year round, not just during baseball season. And there's a lot of young men whose hearts are broken to the news today that Don Pletcher, legendary coach, mentor, and friend, has passed away here in 2023. We'll be back right after this on the Ysn Power Hour.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clem.
Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience, WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are two of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm YN proud.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
All right, welcome back to the Ysn Power Hour. Sorry about that, having some technical difficulties. But what I tried to do, we're going to see if this works. Here is give you guys again, if you're just joining us, some tough news in the baseball world today, and it's oh. All right, we're gonna try to do this. Willie Pletcher says, "Thanks, DJ. You nailed it. He liked the titles you mentioned, but he had much more pride in all of the kids he coached over the years. He liked nothing more than telling us how their high school seasons were going and how excited he was to have them for the summer, and more so, all of their accomplishments after Class B. He loved all of his players and followed them through all of their accomplishments on and off the field. Um, this is meant to be a tribute, and I know how tough it is personally. Willie, our thoughts and prayers with you and yours, man. An incredible young man, and Willie and your dad did a hell of a job. And he's always talking about his family and both on the field with his guys and off the field. And Willie's at the top of that list, certainly. So I'm going to try to do this the right way. This is intended as a tribute. We did this interview 3 years ago during COVID, and nobody was happier to play baseball than the late Don Pletcher. Hi, everybody. DJ Yokley with you for our first edition of Coach's Corner. And we've got one hell of a coach on the other side of the screen. It's the head ball coach, the manager of 18-year-old Falcons. The sheriff is in town. Coach, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, Steve. DJ. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Baseball is back here in about a week. We're excited for it here on YSN. I'm sure you're very excited with the roster you've come up with. Let's talk about first you guys being the Astro Falcons at Bob Steen Park, opening things up and having that first pitch opportunity. What does it mean to you as a manager and to as an organization for the Astro Falcons?
You know, being an Astro Falcon means a lot to me, just because, first of all, you know, Bob Steen Park, you know, that is the Astro Falcons. Being able to represent him and to represent the 18U team is special. And I try to, you know, give my kids the history and what it means. And, you know, if an Astro Falcon, we want to carry ourselves a little bit different. Not better, not worse, just, you know, we want to carry ourselves like a professional ball player.
So this first pitch, I mean, there's going to be a lot of emotions all over the Mahoning Valley, all over really the country as baseball returns and is leading the way here. All eyes are going to be on Steen Park. All eyes essentially going to be on you, Coach. So when you look at it, what does it mean to you?
You know, it's exciting. I'm probably more excited, you know, for this as, you know, the events that led into it and finally being able to get out, but being able to be out there, you know, have that first pitch and first game is super exciting. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things different. You know, we're going to have to, you know, do the distancing in the dugout, which isn't a problem. No one likes being around me anyhow. So I'm kind of used to that. But, you know, little different things, maybe bring half the team because we have such a big roster this year. But just the excitement level is so much bigger this year. You know, we have practice tonight, which, you know, we've never had practice. And I sent my text out and I got like 25 responses back in like a minute. You know, we're going to have practice tonight, Saturday and Sunday, in anticipation of a tournament next week. So, I mean, we're beyond excited.
So the most question I had when I was going to do this Coach's Corner today, what's in the cupboard? What familiar faces are coming back to be in the blue and orange?
Oh, we're excited. We have some good guys coming back. Geez, you know, this virus, it halted some summer leagues, but, you know, for colleges, but my God, I got Dom Palali coming back. That was in the NCAA and hitting for NC Charlotte. I got Andrew Russell from Ohio U, you know, coming back now. I got, you know, Nick Constantino going to Penn State. He was down in Alabama to prep school. I mean, you know, he was sitting 94, 95 last month, you know, and then I had some pickups, you know, each week goes by. You know, I picked up Andrew Cleveland. He's the number 2 pitcher in Ohio, going to Ohio State. like this year is so much different than the other year. I have a lot of guys, I have 6 Division I, outfielders. It's funny on paper, with, Rick Cavarilla going to be at third base, another college kid. I mean, we can put together a nice lineup. I mean, we're going to be very competitive, along with some other teams, but we're looking to have some fun.
Now, you do a great job on your own, but you are the first to always admit and point to your assistant coaches as really the spearhead of the Astro Falcons. Talk about those assistants and what they mean to your program.
Oh, I can't thank him and give them enough credit. I mean, starting from the top, Emil Berling, him and I go way back, and our beliefs are the same. The kids play the game. It's our job just to guide them, and Emil takes that to another level in the hitting. Just teaching them approach, how to be patient, and we're trying to help them what they're going to see later on in life. I mean, all our kids have been successful. Obviously, it's our job to try to foster them to the next level. And then Billy Mack, from Mack's Baseball Academy pitching, same thing. These kids are Division I. They've had instructors, so he's not going to change them overnight. But the little things he does with them on approach, on recognizing where the batter is, how to set things up, is just phenomenal. And then every year we had a couple. Steve left us. He's always with us, but to head up our 16U team, which is great for us. But then we brought in Rick Cavarillo, going to coach third, help with some hitting and some infield, outfield. Rick was a great college player, a great athlete, and same thing, coaches high school at Canfield. So great addition. And then we got Jason Morelli from another organization. We needed to get some younger guys. He's going to do the infield, outfield, coach first. And, we want to set this thing up because, Emil and I, we probably only have another 20 years left. So, we want to get this thing, heading so we have a plan to keep this organization strong forever.
When you look in the dictionary and you look up a player's coach or player's manager, it's your face that is firmly posted right next to it. I mean, you've made some great relationships with these young men, and you try to mold them into better men than when they first met you. For you, what is it like? What are you looking for in a type of player that brings what to the table, and what do you look for after they leave?
The one thing coming in is I look for somebody that wants to be part of a team. I mean, you have to have that ego, for a pitcher or batter to do best you can. But I want someone that wants to be part of us. We do a group chat all winter long through this virus. I mean, I have all 30 kids participate. We come from so many different corners of PA and Ohio, but by now they happen to all know each song to them. I mean, we want to be kids, have fun, but then when they go to college, the nicest thing is when they look back and give us a call. I mean, we had Johnny Matthews got drafted by Texas. The minor leagues aren't reporting, so he reached out to Mac to come throw. Mike Turner from Kent State. It's so good when these guys reach back to us. And now, geez, we have 80 kids in college. We have 10 kids getting paid to play. So, I mean, just to have them, reach back and still want to talk to us is the reward.
So this year is going to be way different than years prior. What for you are you looking at dead in the face and saying, this is going to be different for us? This is either going to be an obstacle, a challenge, whatever you want to call it, but we're going to have to face this head on.
We're not going to look at anything like an obstacle. We know it's going to be different. With the league going, 18 games, so obviously a shorter schedule. So we're going to do tournaments. We've never done that. So, we have 2 tournaments lined up in the next 2 weeks to get an extra 14 games in. But we're not going to bring everybody. I've already talked to the kids that said, listen, until we get to playoffs, we're going to have a couple lineups. I'll bring maybe the starting lineups and 3 or 4 subs. Pitching wise, I told them you're only allowed 3 innings to start out. We have that safe pitch rule that's I think 90 pitches. Astros, the 18U, we cut that in half for the first couple of weeks.
Good.
Like the tournament, I have 3 pitchers for each game. And I told them that's just the way it is. Although our kids have been doing bullpens, we're still going to do a 40 to 45 pitch max. Bring them along slow. And I think we have 13, 14 pitchers. We're going to use them all year long like that.
That's fantastic. And we changed gears to the excitement level. These kids, no matter where they're from, have been completely snubbed of a spring season. So when you look at it, Pletch, what's the excitement level? What's the temperature of your team and what they're looking to do as we really march towards that opening pitch here next Sunday?
Well, the excitement level is off the charts, DJ. We had when we heard this was opening up, I keep referring to this group chat we do, or the group text. There was a tournament in Columbus that invited us. I usually send out a text and I'll get responses back, instantly to, usually 2-3 hours to all 30 respond.
Yeah.
Well, I said the thing about the tournament, I had 28 responses back in less than 2 minutes. Everyone was yes. And then I said, listen, I appreciate that. Now I want you to talk to your parents and respond to what your parents say. And I had 28 yeses in the next 2 minutes. So, these kids here, we're doing some hitting at the indoor tonight, and I have kids driving 2 hours. I have a kid driving from Warren, PA tonight just to come down and hit. I think this year the excitement is, we've had 2.5 months of hell these kids have been going through. I tell my kids and my kids at home and my players that, you're going through an event, you're going to be telling your kids, this is something that is just going to be with you forever. And to come out of it safe is just, the light at the end of the tunnel is just bright as heck for us.
So there's a question that I have for you that it really piques my interest and should pique a lot of people's interest. With a shortened season, that should up the competitive balance in the Class B League. And we'll talk about the 10th team being added next. But, what's your thoughts on, because sometimes in the league, you see it, you've been part of it, where it's Team A and every, 6 feet of dirt and everybody else. Right. Do you think that this will be a kind of a level out the competitive balance in the Class B League?
Oh, I think so. I think, I know I've talked to a couple other managers. I know, like myself and Creekside, Dave Stauffer, he put together a heck of a team with a bunch of D1 guys. I know Door Edge has a great team. I know Juice will always put his roster, and with the 2-hour time limit, I'm sure with Juice that'll come out to about a 3-inning game. So, so he'll be able to play things a little different than everybody else there.
So, that's fantastic. And we talked the 10th team. That's something that the Class B League we didn't have last year. Ballistic joining the ranks here in the Class B League. What does that mean for you? It's got to be a proud moment whenever you can fill up the entirety of a league. 9 isn't the same. It's nice that you can still play, but 10 just exhale, right?
It is. It's like, when Big B plays, we're all playing. It's not like last year we had one team off here, one team. It's just nice to have. Our league was meant to have 10 teams. It's good to be back at that 10 teams. So
you start Sunday against, I just lost the post, so I apologize. You start Sunday. What are your expectations? Is there going to be rust? Is there going to be stuff where you have to kind of, as a manager, sit back and be like, okay, these guys haven't played for a year. You got to give them a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I think so. I think the hitting's going to, take a while to catch up. Because all my kids have been throwing. They've been doing bullpens throughout this. So I think the hitting's going to take some time. But hopefully, come by the 14th, we'll have about 16 games in. So, hopefully get that rust knocked off by the 14th.
Seed 1, 5 o'clock, Astro Falcons, Whiting Roll-Offs. Don Pletcher will be there. YSN will be there. Coach, thanks so much for the time. We look forward to chatting with you next week.
Hey, Deej. Hey, thanks for everything you do, man. Appreciate it.
You got it, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
I don't know what that was. that was the great Don Pletcher is what that was. Again, there's a lot of people that tried to emulate what Don Pletcher did and could do. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, it'll never be done. One of the great ones, one of the greatest ones, if not the greatest, in this area for youth baseball and for summer league baseball, and just an overall great friend, mentor, and coach. Has left us too soon. Don, we're going to miss you. We love you. And Pletch, your legacy will live on. However we can help, we'll always do that. There's got to be something that we can do together to keep your what you started and keep it keeping on. So, Don Pletcher, again, news out of friends and family that he's passed away today. So, God bless his family. Thoughts and most sincere prayers are with family and friends at this time. It's hard. It's my stomach hurts. It's one of those things. My heart breaks. Not just for family and friends, but his players, because just go on Twitter and look at what people are saying about this. They're one of the area's greatest coaches, and no matter the sport. So very, very tough, very, very hard to push down. He's going to be missed. He's going to be missed. That's going to do it for our show today. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to Bob Camardo. And thank you, Don Pletcher, for everything. Every single thing that you've done in the last 6.5 years that I've known you. And thank you that I'm sure all you continue to look down upon us and make sure that the pearls are always a little whiter for Pletch's game, the Yankees of the baseball, Youngstown baseball market. So thank you, Pletch. Appreciate you so much. And again, we'll tune in tomorrow for another episode of the YSN Power Hour, brought to you by friends at Toyota of Warren.